Nintendo and Koei Tecmo have already said that more characters are coming to Hyrule Warriors Legends, but how many? And who could they be? Well, we thought it'd be fun to try to figure that out. First of all, thank you to LloydtheVoid on GameFAQs, who found footage of the character select screen on Kotaku and created the image here from that footage. He believes, and we agree, that the spaces marked by the blue lines are where the rest of the characters' portraits will go. There are only 3 in the demo, Link, Toon Link, and Tetra, and going by their size and shape, that leaves room for 22 more. However, there are 18 characters from the Wii U version of Hyrule Warriors that will be featured, as well as the King of Red Lions. Once those are filled in, there are only 3 slots left for the new characters. It is possible that 2 more could be slipped in on the bottom, but we think that's very unlikely considering the top has a bunch of open space as well. Those are areas dedicated to other options. It's also possible that the character icons could be shrunk in order to put in more characters, but we have a feeling that won't happen unless even more DLC comes later. So that puts us at 25 characters total with 3 unknown, but who could these new characters possibly be? Well, we're pretty sure that one of them will be the female Link, or Linkle. After all, there's still the mystery of that crossbow hanging out with the rest of the portraits. It also seems likely that the rest of the new characters will be brought in from the Wind Waker style of games, so that means we could get another villain in the form of Vaati, who could be more focused on magic, yet transform into his monstrous form like Ganondorf to end combos and the like. Toon Ganondorf is another likely candidate. Toon Link and Tetra have already been placed in the game, so it makes sense to complete the trifecta. His use of twin swords makes him somewhat similar to the Ganondorf that's already playable, but the Toon version would be much faster based on his boss fight in Wind Waker. They might even be able to incorporate Puppet Ganon into his attacks. Another character we think is likely is Medli. She's proven to be very popular with fans, and the developers have shown how much they like to include female fighters. Her use of a harp would make her somewhat similar to Sheik, but obviously their attacks would be completely different. Perhaps she can even call in Valoo since she does act as his attendant. For our last few guesses, we're not exactly positive. Linebeck could be included, but his pirate demeanor could make him too similar to Tetra. Orca and Alfonso might be chosen because they are described as great warriors, though more popular characters might take their place instead. After all, it might not be limited to the Wind Waker-styled games. We could still see Aghanim, Skull Kid, or even the much-requested Groose make an appearance as a playable character. There are a lot of possibilities, but it won't be long until they're revealed. After all, Hyrule Warriors Legends comes out in Japan in mid-January. The international version likely won't be long after that, and we'll cover it every step of the way. So stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Zelda and other things gaming.